ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá wà ní Agége ẹni nǹkan tí ọba sá ń ṣe pẹ̀lú position àwọn Agége sì tún return pé kọ́ ọmọ wọn padà kí lẹ SOB wá ṣe ní Ikorodu. We cannot be comparing people in the National Assembly with the people in the State House of Assembly. Somebody in the House of Assembly is not equal as somebody in the Federal House of Representatives.
minibus mẹ́wàá fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ nílùú Ìkòròdú láti fi ṣe okòwò wọ́n dẹ̀ rí èrè bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ẹ bá wa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Agunbiade nìkan dúró.
Today we are just doing the unveiling of Hon SOB Agunbiade's political scorecard. In the last 3 years, the promise we gave to people as a state legislator, what we promised people of Ikorodu, as a representative of Ikorodu, we have done the compilation of all the activities in the last 3 years. Today we are unveiling it. So we have called all various stakeholders here to also talk to them and give them a pamphlet where they will also do their judgment and look at it and use such judgments, number one, to check what is in the paper and also do their comparative analysis to also verify. You will see in the booklet when you check, you will see honorable claims he has employed over 110, facilitated government job for over 110 people. We have put the names and their phone number of those people there. Call them and ask them their area of placement, who got the job for them, you will see it there. You can see that 110 is not for one person in a government, and there are other so many indirect jobs that we have actually created through all these efforts that we have made. You see in terms of road infrastructure, we have just tried to enlighten our people that during electioneering campaign, so many youths, so many people get sensational. They get moved by some lies without having a proper education. Difference between a federal legislator and a state legislator. The federal legislator gets constituency allowance and constituency projects. State legislator does not have that. They have partnership with the state governor. They can only lobby through budgeting and allocation and proper funding for projects in their domain. They don't have the right to put their names on it because it's a team and one person cannot claim to own such a project. In view of that, how can people now do their judgment of achievement, of accessibility, of acceptance? How they cannot do their judgment by saying my representative has done well? They can only do that by assessing the jobs, the number of roads. Like we have said, we have mentioned over 10 roads completed ongoing in Ikorodu that are not projects of 50 million naira, 100 million naira, billions of naira projects ongoing and also completed. Things we want from the representative. We have talked about empowerment. We have talked about youth development. As we are looking best brain contest, we are also doing free jam form. As much as we are also following it with scholarship for them, we are also doing processing admission for them. When they get into it, we also use our connection to get scholarship for them. All of these are many you can go through in the pamphlet that this team has put together for people to see. Not to be sensational, not to allow people to go on social media because some people have been paid and they start. Can we do proper analysis and comparison, know the difference between a state legislator and a federal legislator? People kept saying Buhari is not doing anything, and I have to bring it to you. Who signed every year 1 trillion naira for constituency projects? It's Muhammadu Buhari for all the House of Rep and the Senate. and they come back to their various constituency and they put the name of the ministry and they put their name as facilitated. But if a governor comes to your local government and construct a road, you will say the state at the House of Assembly has not done anything, but the one at the federal has done something. We need to step up our game. SOBY again, we are saying we know other people need to come in. Ikorodu is for all of us. If SOB goes to the House of Assembly, there are other positions that's meant for the youth that they need to groom us. I contested for chairman of a local government. They have, you can see youth too. During that support, how much support did they give to youth? The man there is close to 60, and they supported him. Good, the man is doing fine. I contested against him. He's a member of APC. For every project Honorable Wasiu Adesina has done, he's doing well and is representing the APC well. I acknowledge him, and I'm not in his camp. JB is doing very well. I'm not in his camp, but I acknowledge that. Why is it difficult for us to come up and also acknowledge other person that is doing? We will not do and we will not go for the cheap analysis. Let us, you media, the youth, let us look at the facts and follow facts and let facts prevail so that we can always have that. I am praying for synergy amongst the Senate, the Rep, the Assembly, the what's it called? I'm doing this section because we need to use it to enlighten ourselves. Also, the primary function of every local government is under Section 8(7) of 1999 Constitution as amended. Is under the State House of Assembly. Before they can spend money, they have to go and meet their House of Representatives at the House of Assembly. They need to get their own approval for their expenditure, and they are entitled. They have responsibility of executing project, and you'll be blaming your legislator for not doing job. Is that their job? Their job is simply to make laws, appropriate and allocate. And they have done that and entrusted it in the hands of the local government. Who else should we ask for development? We cannot take anybody away. It is everybody. As Jimoh is doing, Habiru is doing, SOB has done his part, the chairman is doing, all of us, we are doing it for who? APC. And I'm proud to be APC and we are doing fine.
People turn out in large number. I feel great and I thank God.
Sir, I want to ask you, you've done tremendously well looking at your score, and it's been impressive. So in what other capacities should we be expecting you to do?
To intensify effort at getting more employment for the youth, more infrastructure for our educational system in Ikorodu, more infrastructure for roads, road infrastructure, education infrastructure, and other environmental care in all facets of life, to continue using my experience, my rapport, my influence in government to get more from my constituents.
So, when it comes to the youth, what about their talents? Because we know you are always in charge of their marathon race every year.
Everything we are doing, we will not stop. We just improve on it and bring in more ideas.
As I say, we are standing by SOB for another time. I'm a week old, Ikorodu to Ikorodu. Oh, Ikorodu, let me know because Ikorodu was a more cocoa. Oh, your fellow nigga. I got it go, Ikorodu need you. Oh, the Ikorodu to Ikorodu. When they come for a year, the community. Money at the right time. To use what they have to get what they want. They place majority leader, Honorable Agunbiade, gone to the House of Representatives for 5th term, and he becomes their speaker and a ranking member in the rep. Gbogbo ilẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kò sí House of Representatives kan ní Èkó yìí tí Agunbiade ò ṣe dáadáa sí ẹ lọ sẹ́pẹ̀ẹ́ ẹ wo Ikorodu ọmọ àdìbí bẹ́ńsì ẹ lọ sí àwọn other local government. You can see the effect of returning Agunbiade back in Surulere. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ bá wà ní Agége, ẹ̀yin nǹkan tí ọba sá ń ṣe pẹ̀lú position, àwọn Agége sì tún di tọ́ọ̀nù pé kọ́ ọmọ wọn padà. Kí lẹ SOB wá ṣe ní Ikorodu? We cannot be comparing people in the National Assembly with the people in the State House of Assembly. Somebody in the House of Assembly is not equal as somebody in the Federal House of Representatives. And you go and in National Assembly, Senate as you rep. One year ago, the constituency project and constituency allowance. In all the House of Assembly in Nigeria, there is nothing like constituency project, like constituency allowance. Let's say our project in the federal coin. kí máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa ní 2019 ẹ̀yin ará Gẹ̀rígbẹ̀ ohun tẹ́ ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa ni pé ẹgbẹ́ kí wọ́n extend ọ̀nà Ìtàmàgà lọ sí Àgbàrá Gẹ̀rígbẹ̀ ṣó ti ṣe dáadáa Àgbàrá Gẹ̀rígbẹ̀ dé kí tàbí wọ́n ṣe é.
wọ́n ti ṣe.
iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ SOB ní constituency project ẹ̀ nìyẹn. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbé ní Akáṣọ lórí láti 2003 ni wọ́n ti abandon ọ̀nà tó lọ láti Akáṣọ lórí sí Lasma ṣé wọ́n ti parí àbí wọ́n parí ẹ̀ constituency project SOB nìyẹn. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbé ní Ẹ̀yìtà láti Ẹ̀yìtà lọ sí orí òkúta ṣé ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ àbí wọ́n ṣe lọ́wọ́.
ṣé rí iṣẹ́ tó ṣe àbẹ́ rí iṣẹ́ wa ẹ wò gbòòrò wò ìgboro ní ẹ wò bẹ́ẹ̀ rí iṣẹ́ wa.
àfẹ́ bọ́dà SOB láti ṣe léyìí aráàlú ní gbogbo wa. Amazon is there for you to know. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbé ní power line láti Sábó lọ sí ẹ̀yìn First Bank tó jáde sí i wọ́n ti ṣe àfihàn tí ì ṣe ẹ̀yin ará Èbúté láti Èbúté lọ sí Májídú wọ́n ń ṣe lọ bí wọ́n ṣe lọ. constituency project SOB nìyẹn nǹkan tó facilitate nìyẹn. ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní Ikorodu garage lọ sí roundabout tó fi dé Ojúbọdè ṣó expand ọ̀nà àbí wọ́n expand yẹn. constituency project SOB nìyẹn. is in a partnership with our governor, His Excellency Babajide Olúṣọlá Sanwó-Olú, who deserves the second term. Ìjẹ́ bá wo àwọn schools wa ní Ikorodu, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ lọ notice ẹ̀. Ẹ máa rí pé most àwọn schools wa ní Ikorodu, èmi ìkan ti kọ́ ní 6 classroom. In the last 3 years, wọ́n kàn ń gbé ní story building ni. Ṣé notice abẹ́ notice? Iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ majority leader ni àti gómìnà wa. Nǹkan tó ń pè ní ranking officer. Kéèyàn bá ṣe kó máa bá gómìnà sọ, kó dẹ̀ máa ṣe gbogbo àwọn school tẹ̀ ẹ́ rí ẹ máa wò ó. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ nígbà àwọn tuntun náà wọ́n ti fi èrú ẹ̀ ti ní school. Àwọn tó wà lágodo náà wọ́n ti ṣe lọ. Àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá tiẹ̀ di agodo ẹ lọ wo nǹkan tó ti fà síbẹ̀ ó wà ń bẹ̀. To submit and not to say everything. The reason why we are supporting SOB for another term is to consolidate, is to also use the experience of SOB to unlock other potentials and opportunities for Ikorodu division. SOB took Asha Carnival in Ikorodu and placed it side by side. Ladies and gentlemen, mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ wa bí mo ṣe kí iṣẹ́ àwùjọ yìí, ohun táwa ṣe ń bí lẹ́nìí. That is unveil scorecard SOB Agunbiade. Thank you and God bless you.
ChaRLian TV.